Hi there guys, hopefully some of you managed to get the email this morning and you may actually pop along to see this live introduction to the Owl Shawl Crochet Along. This is the first crochet along that I've personally hosted, and I'm very pleased to say that we've had 82 people sign up. So it's excellent that it's attracted that level of attention. I was expecting maybe 5 to 10 people, so to have as many as 82, 83 people, I'm very chuffed. Thank you very much. In this particular introduction, I'm simply going to take you through the different parts of the shawl and give you a list of what you need. I will be doing these daily for the next week. I may take a break over the weekend. It depends on how much feedback I get from you guys as to whether you need huge amounts. Hi Kathy! Whether you need huge amounts of support, or whether the pattern is performing and doing its job, in which case you don't need quite so much support. But either way, I'm going to be here for you. So this is the shawl in question, which you will probably have seen on all of the photos. This is the Blocked Shawl. This one was made from 2 balls of 100-gram double knit yarn. So that gives you, in relation to me, it gives you an idea of the size and scale of that. I think it's slightly small for me, but that's because I love... Hi Carol! That's because I love to actually be completely wrapped in my shawls, which is why this version, the pink one that I'm doing as part of the crochet along, so I've got something that I'm actually working on to demonstrate stitches and answer questions, is actually being made of 3 balls of 100-gram yarn. So I'm about 1/3 of the way through. The yarn I'm using is this. So this is what a new ball of 100-gram looks like if you are brand new to crochet and don't have a clue what I'm talking about. So for this version, which will be larger than the sample, which is referred to in the pattern, I'll be using 3 balls. So once I've finished the 3rd ball, I'll give you measurements and let you know how large that actually turned out. For those of you who have said that you're using different weight yarns and different size hooks, that is excellent. The pattern is very, very versatile, as with the original virus shawl that this is based on. And anybody that's using different weight yarns, so if you're using... Sorry, we've got an aeroplane going past now, if you're wondering what that strange noise is. Anybody that's using a lighter or heavier weight yarn than the double knit, if you would be so generous as to share your finished sizes and how much yarn you used, I can add that information into the pattern. That would be lovely if you could be kind enough to pass that information on. That would be fab. And I'd give credit to everybody that actually sends in that additional information. So for the sample, if you're making a shawl that matches the sample that is in the pattern, then you will need 2 balls of 100 grams of double knit, and you will need a 4mm hook. I'm just going to take you through the basic elements that I refer to in the pattern. I'm not going to show you how to cast on, how to do chain stitches, or how to do trebles or anything like that. Not for this session. There are videos that I've got which already show you how to do all those things. However, I'll just take you through for now the basic sections of the actual shawl itself, so that hopefully if there is any confusion looking at the pattern, you'll understand what I'm talking about a little bit more. Sorry, I'm going to have to get closer to the camera for this. So you start off with a central half circle. I think I refer to all of these as half circles or semicircles. So each of these loops that starts off, and you have 12 stitches on the chain or foundation row, then you have 11 stitches, and then you have 10 stitches. So all the way through, each of these loops are constructed with 12, 11, 10, so that hopefully you're literally sewing into the gaps between stitches each time, which takes you down in the count, but it gives you a lovely fan effect that opens out quite nicely. And then I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it clearly on the blue. I may have to show it to you on the pink, but this, if I hold it up against the wall, is what I'm referring to when I say the pyramids. I mean, it's obviously not pyramid because it's only 2D, not 3D, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 1 stitch. I'll see if I can show you that on the pink, because I think it does show up more clearly on the pink version. Let's see. Lack of props. That's what we've got going on here, I'm afraid. Right, let me. Oh, and if you can hear that, that's Sophie chewing on the world's largest rawhide bone in the background. So let's see. Oh, this is terrible. Right, here we go. Fine. Pull that out a bit. You then have the 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Oh, Annette. Oh, that's a shame. Hopefully, does everybody else have sound? If anyone could let me know if you've got sound, that would be great. Annette, I'm going to be posting this up after the event, and hopefully that will have sound. And this will also be available on my YouTube channel once the whole thing has finished. But definitely, please, others, let me know if you can hear me whittering away. Otherwise, I need to look into some technical things. Oh, Kathy, excellent. Yes, thank you. Phew. Okay, so as long as most of you can hear me, that is excellent. And Annette, I'll make sure that when the replay is available, I'll double check that there is sound on that. In which case, I think you'll have to check some of your own settings, and I'm not sure how I could help you with that at the minute. But drop me a line if you've got a problem. Excellent, Carol. Thank you. Thank you for that. Back to trying to show you these triangles. It's much easier to see when you spread them out. Oh, there we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, and then 1. And this little, I call it pyramid, but this is created using the 4 chain stitches. So you start off with 3, 4 chains at the bottom, then you go to 2, then you go to 1, and each time you level up as you go through that round, you are creating that triangle shape. So hopefully there'll be lots of clues as you're going through the work to show you whether you've made a mistake or whether it's all absolutely going on track. In terms of rounds, everything that starts from the foundation row, which is what I've just started working on at this level. So I've got, hi Beverly, I've got a nice big fat large loop, and then hi Janice, and then we have 3 small loops, which will be the base of the pyramid or the triangle that I've just shown you. Then we have another large loop. So this is the first row of a round, and there are 4 rows in each round. So if I show you the other end, you can see that this, from the circle out onto this large, quite open part of the fan, that all of that, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, is 1 round. So where I'm referring to multiple rounds or round counts, I'm talking to each of these loops. So for example, so far I have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hi Maggie, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Beverly. No, I just saw your name. I promise you, I cannot see you standing in a towel. I have to say, I watched a live feed yesterday, and I was in the bath. So I really hope that it doesn't work 2 ways. But absolutely, I promise you, I cannot see you. It was just your name. Let's go back to those counts again. Sorry, I got distracted there. I do apologise. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 completed rounds, and I've started working on my 9th. So if you post your progress in terms of rounds completed, we all know how far people are getting on with their shawls. So hopefully that will make it a bit easier to understand how we're all progressing in relation to each other and being able to give each other a bit of support. And then the final thing that I was going to just double check that you could see with the little owl faces that my daughter loves so much. I was thinking of different names that I was going to call this that were very clearly based on the virus shawl, but as soon as she saw these owl faces in the middle, so we've got, you know, the beak, we've got the 2 eyes, and then that lovely fan effect which you get with the feathers for an owl, she just was desperate to name this the Owl Shawl. So so in honour of my daughter, that's what I've done. She's 9, by the way. So this is the introduction to the shawl. Hopefully you've now had a little bit of an introduction to me, and it's awesome that so many of you have actually been able to watch the live feed. I have added in a too many I haven't had my coffee yet or my breakfast, I do apologise. I've added in a poll on the Starting to Crochet group to ask you what times would be most accessible for you, because we've got people from all over the world who've taken part in the CAL. So I will probably be changing the times, but I'll send an email out each evening letting you know what time the next day's live feed will be. So hopefully this way, whilst it's not so easy to schedule in, you know, I'm not doing it at 10 o'clock every single day, hopefully most of you will actually get a chance to interact or ask me questions on the live feed. Everybody should have got the pattern by now. If you could let me know, just because I'm curious, which pattern version you're using. Is it the American terms or is it the UK terms? Because I know that some people in the UK learn American terms, and I'm just curious to see how that pans out, and how that just is different in different places. So that's just my own curiosity. And I think that's it. I don't really think that anybody needs me to answer any questions specifically today. I've also put in a question and answer thread. So if you've got any questions once you start working your way through the patterns, please let me know in there, and I will either answer them immediately if they're urgent, or I will pick them up in tomorrow's live session. And unless anybody has any burning questions right now, I think that is pretty much everything that you need to get started on the CAL. And I'm just really grateful that so many of you are interested in doing this, and it's going to be great fun to meet you all and see all these new little shawls just become created. It'll be fabulous. So I shall see you all tomorrow. I'm off for a day with the kids at laser tag, so there's going to be lots of insane madness running around and screaming in my day for the rest of the morning. I'll speak to you guys later. Bye for now.